Good morning, everyone. Did anyone get an email today? Awesome. Thanks, Robert. So many. That's probably true. Yep. Hey, Fred. Vernon, good morning. Thomas. Yep. 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 Mhm. It's Sylvia. It's T2104. Hey, David. I was asking about the email for the VIP room. Thought you know it was starting, Martin. Yep. He wants to do that every day, Murray. The dog. Yes, I sent you another email, HG.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Oh, what a market. What a market. Murray, are you here today? Is Murray here?
Yep, he's here.
Let's see. I want to say, Murray, I got a good one for you, Murray. Why is Groupon going up today? Why is Groupon going up today? Can anybody guess? Come on, Murray. You got the answer to this one. Why is Groupon going up today? Because they're giving out coupons on the tariff on the tariff. It's a joke, guys. Groupon, coupon, get it? It's a joke. Murray always tells me funny jokes, so I thought I'd give him a good one. They're giving out coupons on the tariff. Come on, guys. That's funny. That's funny. Oh, come on. That was funny. That was funny. Where's my coupon, right? I want a coupon. Groupon, coupon. I thought it was funny. Anyway, Murray, I thought about you and I thought of it. I thought of the joke. I was thinking, I got to tell Murray this one. He'll like this one. They've been giving out coupons on the economy. Oh, God. God help us all. Okay. So I thought it was pretty timely, when this going up. Always quizzing you. So I wanted to tell you something. A lot of people, well, not a lot, few people send me an email really worried about Apple. And I just want to make sure you guys understand something, okay? Hey, Don, how are you? Apple is a U.S. company. It's not a yeah, it's not a foreign company. Okay, so Apple, our president has about as much power to levy tariffs or anything on Apple as he does to fire Powell. He has zero power to do that. Okay, so Powell's not going anywhere. Apple's not going to have to pay 25% out of their pocket. None of that will have to happen. Okay. So this downside you're seeing in Apple, I wouldn't be too worried about it. I wouldn't be too worried about this downside you're seeing in Apple. Okay. It's just him talking. You know, he likes to talk and feel important. But it's just he can't do that. He doesn't have the power to do that. If it was a foreign company, he can do that. Um, but it's an old, it's a U.S. company, so he can't do that. No, no, he can't do that to a U.S. company. Okay, I just thought the Groupon thing was funny. All right. All right. All right. But here's the problem. Here's the bigger problem. The bigger problem is the bond market. The bond market is not liking any of this is at all. And if the bond market stays here, we're going to have a lot of pressure, a lot of pressure, a lot of pressure. Okay, tons and tons of pressure. Yeah, if he does it to the suppliers, then the suppliers will mark it up, but it won't be Apple. Apple won't. U.S. companies will not do it. Foreign companies will do it. My point is, he doesn't have the power over American companies. He has power, tariff power over. He can fine U.S. companies, but he can't tariff U.S. companies. No, no, Sean, I wouldn't be adding anything to a long position on Apple. I'm letting you know that I'm not really concerned about Apple. I'm concerned about our economy, but I'm not really concerned about Apple. Okay, I'm not really concerned. Apple would be just fine. If you're a long-term investor, you may want to use this opportunity, but uh, I'm not really, I'm not really feeling anything on that. Now, um, okay. Somebody had a good question, and this will continue part of what we talked about yesterday. Somebody was asking me about Nvidia and whether Nvidia is ready to go when it comes back up to. So just a little context. Yesterday, I gave you guys a session. And by the way, after we're done here, you guys don't even have to go anywhere. I'm going to do a day trading class. You don't even have to go here. You could stay here, and at 1 o'clock, I'm going to talk about day trading. And this will be the last day I'm doing it. I don't know if you saw Sherman. Sherman's up over $100,000 using AlphaZone Pro, and I'm going to talk about all of that. So now let me get back to this. I want to show you this because this comes up a lot. The situation that you're going to see right now comes up all the time. Okay. So I want to use this as an example. I want to use this as an example to show you how to play this game. Okay. So I already showed you yesterday that in order for us to go long, in order for us to be bullish, look at the structure. Thomas, I don't want to hear any arguments. Apple is a USA company. He cannot tariff a US company. He can tariff a foreign company. Okay? All right, just so you understand that. That's what I'm trying to say. He can do other things, but he can't tariff Apple. Okay? All right. So, let's go back to this example. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Just to show you, we have the American flag. We're above the American flag. So somebody was saying, because yesterday I showed you and I said, hey, well, you want to wait for price to go back above the 8-day EMA. So they said, well, Roger, so should I be buying Nvidia when the price goes above the 8-day EMA? Well, without me going into excessive details and telling you why I think it's a bad idea and getting into semiconductors and explaining how we're not above 265 and all that other stuff, let's just say that Nvidia is making an all-time high and there's no resistance here, okay? Let's just, for argument's sake, say that. And now let's say Nvidia's back up here. Do you buy or not? What do people say? What do the people of the house say? Do we buy or not? Let's say Nvidia is now right back up to where this bar is. And I'll even make it easier for you. Let's say no part of the low is touching Just like this bar right here. See how the bar is completely above the high? Let's say this bar goes up and it's completely above the high. Do we buy Nvidia? How come there's 500 people here? A lot of people say yes. Okay. So someone said, who was it? The one that says, if the daily closes above the 8, Arturo says no. Well, how about this? How about I ask the question in a different way? What else would need to happen beyond the price going completely above this area and the low closing above the 8-day EMA for us to want to buy Nvidia? Buy a collar? Like, what's with the collars? Can we stick to the topic? Day trade SMR. Okay, Moondog, can we talk about Nvidia? I'm giving a lesson. Nothing pisses me off more than when people start getting off topic. When I'm really giving you guys golden value here. No resistance. How would you measure resistance, Kate? To the left. Okay, how would you measure that? How would you measure that? Now, here's the thing. I'm going to show you something right now, and I've showed you this many, 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 many more times. I mean, many, many previous times. Did you guys see what I just did? None of you got it right, by the way. There's 500 people here. Now, somebody asked me the other day, why are you so repetitive? Do you see why I'm so repetitive? Yes, the anchor, not even the VWAP. The anchor. Sylvia got it right. The anchored VWAP. I don't care. Yeah, Penny, this is just an example. I'm not. It could be stock ABC. It just happened that they asked me about Nvidia, so I'm using Nvidia as an example. This is not about buying Nvidia. This is not a real. I'm not trying to tell you to buy Nvidia. There's no reason to buy Nvidia at all right now. You'd be nuts to be buying Nvidia right now. Okay, do you want me to give you every reason why you shouldn't buy Nvidia? I'll do it after we get through this exercise. How about that? Will that make your life easier? I did. It's right here. I never took it off. The answer was you put the anchor. If you have a recent swing high, you put the anchor there and you wait for price to get above that anchor. I just gave you a real premium lesson here. I want to see the high close above here because we're too close to here. We're too close. It's like an A line. It would be if this closed back above here, it would start looking like an A line. What do I always draw? I always go to the previous high and I put an anchored VWAP at the previous high and I wait for us to break that anchored VWAP. See, I took this right here. See this little thing here? I took it from here and I put it right there. Dr. Al, I didn't say anything about volume. Now, I'm going to tell you guys something about volume, okay? We're looking at a daily chart of Nvidia. Do you really think you're going to get a good gauge using volume on Nvidia? I don't think so. I don't think Nvidia is one of those stocks that's going to give you a good read on volume. I think using volume on Nvidia is like using level 2. Dr. Al, that's what I think. I think you're going to be looking at a bunch of noise. I think volume on a smaller stock, maybe, a little smaller than Nvidia, maybe kosher. There's white candles. They're down here. Right there. The white candles tell us that that you shouldn't be buying Nvidia till we're well above this, because once you're above here, you will be above this line. You see how it all comes together, Sean? See? You asked for white candles, there's your white candles. And look where those white candles point. Right to the resistance area which we had. So you see, look how well the white candle works. We had the white candle. If you saw the white candle, you would have never bought this breakout, which we did not. And then once this comes back up, and no, I'm not talking about Nvidia specifically. I'm just using it because it's a really nice example. That's all. This is just a. This can be a chart from 20 years ago at Corn for all I care. It just happens to be Nvidia, so I really don't care about when the earnings are. I have no intent on buying Nvidia for many reasons. Um, capiche? So now remember I said this comes up a lot? This comes up about 30 to 40% of your trades. You look to the left far, but you want to buy a revert here. Do you guys remember this trade? Do you remember this trade? Look, Matt, what was the day we went long on this trade? Who made money on this trade? Everybody did, right? Right? But when did we go long Philip Morris?
5-8.
5-8, 5-8, 5-8. Right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
We thought this was going to be a pullback, but this ended up being a pullback. But what did it start looking like right after it came up here? An A line. You all made money. Unless something you didn't take the trade, you all made money on this trade. I know you all made money on this trade. You're still making money on the trade. There you go, Penny. Yeah. It was a trade. By the way, we took two winners off the table today. What do we take today, Matt? We took the shorts.
Yeah, whole X and PM.
This one, and Philip and Holex. This one. Now I want to show you guys something. Look, we don't discriminate. Look, that's your area right there. So let's say that the SPY gets above the 8-day EMA. Notice we're not talking about Tesla, Nvidia anymore. Let's say the SPY gets, let me get rid of all this crap. Let's say the SPY gets above the 8-day EMA. Are you going to buy it right away, knowing that this is the last high? Assuming there's nothing else here blocking it. And there is. Hey, look how well these white lines work, guys. Sean, look. Again, same thing as Nvidia. Look at that. I got to say, there's something to these white arrows. They sure make nice little support and resistance areas. Good for you, Cyrus. Good for you. Followed your levels on Apple for pre-market return. Made $243. That's nice, Arnulfo. So happy to hear that. Go ahead and grab that, man. Okay, so point being, let's say we get above the 8-day EMA. Are you going to buy the S&P 500? And again, I don't care what stock this is, and it doesn't matter. I'm just showing you a technical thing. No, you're going to wait till it's above this level. Okay, so yesterday I showed you how we have to be. Yesterday I showed you how we have to be above the American flag, right? And then I showed you how we have to be above the 15 and how we have to be above the 8. And today, sorry about that. I think it's actually right there, which leads to this. All roads lead to the exact same spot right here. So if you were hypothetically going to go long Tesla, thinking it's going to come back up here to 355, you would want to see it. You would want to see it trade above here. Now, Roger, you mean it has to just trade above here? No, it has to close above here. Because if you don't wait for that, you know what's going to happen? What's that? This is what happened. Hey, we're breaking out. We're breaking out. We're breaking out. No, we're not. You too, Adam. Have a great holiday. Have a great holiday, and I hope your mom is doing well. I'm going to try to catch a movie this weekend. I'm going to see if I can bribe my son to go see Mission Impossible with me. Do you guys think it's going to be a good one? Well, it didn't. It broke out here. Look, look. It got everybody excited. Everybody said they're alert at the 200-day moving average, right? And it looked like, I mean, it looked like a sure thing. It had volume. It had volume, yes. And look what it did. It crapped out. That's why it's much better to wait for it to close or wait till like the last 20 minutes. One of the reasons why we put on trades at the end of the day, the swing trades, or we wait as late as we can, is because it gives us a much better clarity of what that stock is really doing that day. Okay. All right. Now, um, as far as the market today, let me just pull this up. We gapped down hard, but we've been trading above the VWAP pretty much the entire time. For all of you who were in Trading Zone Live, wondering why we took the trade we took this morning and actually made money, Matt took that trade is because it was a good trade, Matt.
Thank you.
Excellent trade, actually. It was because it was off, I think it was right here, Matt, right? Right off the VWAP, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it was right off of the VWAP.
Well, there's VWAP. There was the 2-day point of control. There's all kinds of stuff there.
But it was right off of a very low risk level, which was a great trade. There's another one right here too, actually, but that's the later it gets in the day today, and the level I'm looking at possibly go higher, maybe 580. Now, here's the thing. I believe good. Tony made $345 on it. I'm so glad to hear that. And I'll be talking about day trading in about 40 minutes. I'm not even going to ask you guys to change the room. I'm going to be in this room. This is the last day we're having it. Um, and if you're on YouTube, you'll be able to see it from YouTube as well. You don't have to go into a different room unless you want to. But I'll be doing it right here. Volt is doing absolutely squat. And when the Volt does this, I don't really pay any attention to it. It means nothing. When it's doing this, I look at it. But when it just starts, you know, and you know, you got to look at it like a stock. If a stock is doing this, what is it really doing? It's not doing anything. I like to see it just trend the entire day. And it would make sense. Volume is not that high today. As the day continues, people are leaving. Um, that's the highest volume. That's the highest traded area dollar wise with volume, Jacqueline, in the last 2 days. That's what 2 day point of control is. We haven't even scratched the surface, the education stuff with you guys yet. All this stuff takes time. You guys have to still absorb VWAPs and basic concepts before we can start talking point of control. And you got to have the 5 day point of control above the 10 day and the 2 day above all that. We're not there yet. It takes time to educate all of you. Okay. So you can see stocks, I'm looking at mega caps here. They're doing the same thing. I'm not really expecting the market to go much lower unless there's more fundamental news. I'm actually expecting it to kind of hover up and move higher above the VWAP. Maybe even give us a little bit more air. I'm not really that bearish in the short term. I would not be holding positions. I would not be holding positions. Honestly, I would not be holding positions over the weekend unless you have to. Unless you're in, basically, if you're not in a trade, be careful. The only ones I really like is I like trades that are based on uh, weekly cash flow. I did promise you a bear call spread on an energy stock. I delivered. I gave it to you. I haven't looked at it. I don't know what it's doing right now, but I think energies are starting to cool off a little bit again. And also, again, I don't want you to worry about Apple. Apple will be just fine. And Apple's not going to be raising 25% on anything. It's not going to happen. So I think this is just going to be an overreaction, okay? This is my opinion. But I do believe there's a bigger problem than Apple, and that's the bond market in the US dollar. And that's huge, huge. Uh, About to go live for his favorite profit window weekend of the year. This is not a good profit window right now. Yes, gold, defensive assets. There's much higher odds. Folks, there's a much higher chance that over this holiday weekend, we're going to get negative news than positive news. I mean, the ratio of bad news to good news has been like 80-20. So the odds are much higher. We're in a news-driven market. We're not in a trading market. We're in a news-driven market right now. All right. Let me now. Where is it? Let me go through the stocks that I'm liking right now. Is the energy bear call in the pit? No, Paul, it's not in the pit. It's in weekly cash flow. Thanks, David. Yeah, I'm still like I told you, I'm still pretty bullish on gold. I don't need to talk about gold because we spent about 10 minutes in the morning talking about it. Although I know you guys love when I repeat, except for one person. I don't even remember. That's the first time someone ever told me that, by the way. All right, let's talk short bearish stocks. And I'm really glad you guys are here. I will be available. Let me tell you, I am not doing anything this weekend. I'm having a little barbecue on Monday with my boy and with my wife and my little girl Rachel. My daughter's in Tampa, unfortunately, the middle one. So I'm going to be around. If you guys want to send me an email, if you want me to answer any question, the Mission Impossible movie. But I'm around. I'm around. I'm not really going to be that crazy busy. So if you want to send me an email, that's fine. From whoever that was. Discuss cell phone companies again. I don't want to discuss cell phone companies. I just want to talk about trading. Okay, so let me give you stocks that I'm looking at, and I will give you options. Again, the only thing I would do right now is I would take lotto stocks. Lotto stocks is stocks that have options that expire today. Okay, and and credit spreads. Credit spreads are not such a bad idea right now. Okay. Not such a bad idea. And I'll tell you the credit spreads that are looking pretty good right now. We're going to go through all the sectors. So I'll give you the sectors. I just want to get through this real quick. All right. Looks like it's making another bottom here. We're going to be hearing from consumer staples pretty soon about tariffs too. I'm expecting that shoe to drop there too. 132 puts, 70 delta. Now, somebody asked me a really good question. I want to spend a minute talking about this. You see how CPB, how Pepsi, how quickly we forget. What's another one? God, I have them on my list. I had four of them on my list yesterday. Tyson. You see how they're all looking. Thank you, KHC. Yes, Nicholas. Thank you. See how they're all doing exactly the same thing. If you guys short or buy puts on two of these stocks, you're essentially duplicating your position. Don't do that. Now, somebody asked me a very important question about that, and this is where your ears open up and you listen carefully. How long should you go back to check correlation? Now, Matt and I are going to come up with a tool for you, and I think once you see this tool, you'll never look at the markets again because you won't. I don't think you appreciate how correlated a lot of the assets you're trading are. Okay. Well, this one will be very simple. It'll just be like two. It'll give you a number, but it'll give you two targets, and it'll show you how apart or how similar the stocks are. And if the targets are aligned, it means the stocks are like 100%. The wider there are, the more diversification they have. And you can put your portfolio there, and you should have as many targets as you can. The less targets you have, the more concentrated your position is. Doesn't that sound? Yeah, like a Venn diagram. Exactly. Exactly. I think it's going to be very visual, and I'm thinking of putting it into the data miner software. See, I got a lot of plans. I got a lot of plans going on. All right. Clarkson Farm, season 9. I haven't checked that yet. I'll have to check it out, HG. Safer to split your investment between two correlated. You are more than welcome to do that, Christopher. That is a great idea. You could do that too. In other words, if you want to, let's just say you want to buy 100 shares or sell 100 shares in this case, you could do 33 shares in KHC, 30. I'm using this just as an illustration. 33 in Pepsi, 33 in Clorox. Yes, yes, absolutely. That is the best idea. That is the best idea. But most people don't do that. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's what I would do. So in other words, Let's say I have a profit in one and I'm seeing another one that I like. So instead of adding to the new one, I'll just go short another one. Yeah, you could do all that. That's the kind of stuff hedge funds do all day long. That's how they balance their positions, equalize positions. But they stick to the main room. They stick to the main area. No, please, Richard, don't bring Kamala Harris into any of this. She has nothing to do with my correlation analysis. Somebody asked me a really good question. They said, Roger, correlation comes and goes. How do you measure it? Like how far back do you look? So I'm going to give you a really good rule on that. 60 to 45 days. That's what I care about. Now you're probably thinking, isn't that a little too much? Well, you're not really diversifying. You're sort of kind of diversifying, but you're not over correlating at least. Because you are buying highly related stocks. So you're not really, but it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. Is there info on how to get the white candle on the chart? I haven't broadcasted it yet, but I keep telling everybody how to do it. It's percentage above the average, the 50-day average. Okay. Brendan, maybe. Work for Verizon just bought out Frontier, 20 billion merger. Very interesting. I wish you emailed me that. I could have taken a look before the session. Here, let me post that for everybody who may want to see it too. You're giving good information, but you're not sharing it with anybody. There you go. Okay. All right. Anyway, just wanted to show you these stocks are in fact related. Ross Store. Ross actually has here, but I would wait. I would wait. I would wait for it to consolidate. Wait for it to consolidate. BRKR. That's a nice looking stock, and needs to go down just a hair more, and then it's got all the way to 34, and then it's got nothing. So it's got a couple of support areas here. 40 put. 40 put. And my suggestion is if you see these on my chart like you're seeing them right now, you should write these levels down. See, I would wait for us to get past these. We need to get below 166 here. Okay. Yeah, Richard, Ken is a post PhD in math. He's asking legit, like he was asking a legitimate question. This is a very interesting company that I really like right now. So far out of all the shorts, I like it the most. You know why? When I look to the left, what do I see? What do I see when I look to the left? I don't really resistance. Where's the resistance? There's no resistance to the downside. It's support. Open air, clear blue skies. There's nothing here. Took out this level. There's nothing here, man. There's nothing here. Broke lows. Folks, there's nothing holding it up. There's no support. Anukumar, you know better. You've been here around the block a few times. You know that we here don't give you entry and exit signals. This is a learning session. God knows I give you guys enough trades. And I've been very proud of myself for not giving you any trades not giving you many new trades this week. Mike says IQV to the downside. Have you seen that one? Mike, I will in a minute if you just give me a second. And by the way, last time I asked you guys to find stocks, even though the market looked crappy, you guys came through pretty good. I was surprised. I had a smile on my face all day. It's so nice when we're all on the same page. You would do an option here. You would buy the 95, and you would sell the 390. And you would do this for less than $5. And yeah, waiting till it comes back to the eight day would not be the best. I'm just saying if that this stock looks good right now. It's not ready for an entry. But it's definitely on my watch list. This is definitely on my watch list. What was that stock you mentioned? IQV. Let's see. Yeah, it's very choppy, but he's absolutely right. It's breaking that level. It's breaking that level. As long as it stays here, it looks very good. Doesn't look bad. Doesn't look bad. All right, CRI. Notice broke that level. Broke that level. Doesn't have that level. Hey, that's a all-time. That's like a far low. That's nice. I'd be looking somewhere at the 35 puts, June 20th. Ringo, people here will tell you what the white candles are. You know the White Album, Ringo? You were on the White Album? Well, I got white candles in your memory of being in the White Album. Friday humor. Yeah, I could look at end phase. We did a straddle on this, and we closed it out with a loss. I gave it as a bonus trade in the pit. We closed it as a loss. It has a big gap here, and it's not really doing much. Could have got out at about 50% loss, but it was just one of those, one of those trades. Did you take the who was it? Was it Gurdip? Gurdip. Did you take the trade, Gurdip? Let me know. R. I like this. I like this. I like this. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, thank you. Folks, this is not called the stock out. This is me teaching you stocks that are on my watch list. Paul, anybody else, why do you insist your stocks are better than mine? Do you want me to give you my stocks, or do you want me to give you your stocks? Let me give you the stocks that I think that I picked for you. 77, 72.50 right here, June 20th. Thank you. Thank you. All right. This is a beauty right here. And also keep something in mind. When I give you stocks, I also take fundamentals into account and other things. Thank you, Wade. Thank you. Let's see. Do I think Trump is set? Ringo, listen. You got to share with everybody. You got to put it for everyone so people can see. I have no idea what he's setting up for anybody. I said 72.50 right here. It's a beauty. This may have a little more legs up to the 50-day. Not a regular stock, but I like how it's breaking down from this compression. Also, it couldn't get above these levels. See that? Couldn't get above this level. Right there. I would do a spread here. I would buy the 380 put and sell the 370 put, and I would do it for $5 or less. Nice, Seth. Good for you. NVTS up 450%. That's fantastic. I love that. I have no idea. Again, Ringo, you're asking me, can you post your things for everybody? Listen, I don't know what Musk and I don't know, and I don't care. It doesn't bother me. We just trade what we see. All right, let's now look at the long side. Yes, I can put this slower, of course. Please post your questions, Ringo, so everybody can see them. Maybe somebody else will answer your question. No, I don't know everything, Ringo. I really don't. Please post your questions to everything, or I'm going to start ignoring this stuff. Will you hold the other pit position over the weekend? Administrator. All right, guys, listen. If you're not going to post a question for everybody, I'm gonna ignore it. Okay. So that's that. Post questions for everybody. See, it says everyone. There's a big blue thing that says everyone. So unless you read the question, it's going to nobody. All right. Groupon. Gave you my joke about Groupon. Not that many people laughed, but thought it was kind of funny. Tariff discount. They're giving coupons on tariff. 72 Delta, 23 call. Right here, 85.63 as a stop, RVRK. 87.50 call. Woodman, can you ask me trading pit questions via email? You got to understand, this is not the trading pit members area, Woodman. You need to email me, and then I'll answer your questions about the trading pit. Okay? Let's do that. Just email me and we'll square it away. All right. TD. Needs to pull back a little bit, but I've been talking about Canada getting bullish. Several Canadian stocks are looking up. 65 call, 28 days. Zscaler. This has been on my list for a while. I like this stock. I like how it's. I love these baby high compression breakouts. They're so nice. Let's see. Where do we have resistance? We got a little room here. Got to be careful here. All right. Doesn't look too bad. 28 days to go. 255 call long and sell the 260 call. $5. OR. People have asked me about gold stocks. This is the one. Thanks, Sean. I appreciate it. Good luck with your health journeys, okay? Nice looking stock. I mentioned it, I think, yesterday and this morning to you, by the way. 28 days out, 88 Delta, 2250. And guess what? It's making an all-time high. It's above the view. I mean, it's a nice looking stock. Just a little deviated. I don't know. I should have. I think I'm. Did I ever? I hope I called it out on Wednesday because Wednesday was the right day to call it out. Probably did call it out on Wednesday, but anyway, Wednesday was the right day. But we're not that far up from there. All right. BCJ. The fact that basic materials are breaking out, by the way, is not the best thing in the world. I would wait for a little bit more upside here. But if you want to day trade this stock, these trades are for Tuesday. These trades are just stocks that are on my watch list. All right? Just how stocks are on my watch list. You did give it to me. When was it, though? When was it? How long ago was it? Larch, we're not using Dave Larch. We're not using Telegram. We're using Zoom for this call. Number one. Number two, they don't want to do it in the back office. Okay? CCJ 75 delta 54 right here. RY. Oh, I like this one. That's again, global banks, finance, Canada, bingo. Canada strikes again. 81 delta. Matt, make a note of this one for me, would you? RY. And the spreads are pretty good too. It was Wednesday. Okay, yeah, Wednesday was good. Good call. All right. Now, Matt, can you tell me how we've been doing on our swing trades? Can you show us the spreadsheet? I know you book everything. Can you show it to us?
Yep.
Let me see how we've been doing. Then I'll give you some more lessons, and then we have a class. Give you a good class for today. And I believe this is the last day that we're doing it. Gonna have a nice relaxing weekend. So how have we been doing the last several trades we've been taking? Let's take a look here. So the A-line took a winner on Holex. A-line took a winner on Philip Morris. True Trend took a winner on Copang. Stealth took a winner on ICE. Monster on True Trend. You got out of this one just in the nick of time, too. J&J, we got a winner. Quick Strike. This is from 20 days ago. That's from 3 weeks ago. We took a loser on here on Groupon. You know, if we held it one more day, it would have been a beautiful winner, but it is what it is. Kroger made a winner. Card took a winner. Had a loser on NTAP. Yeah, so we've been starting back very slowly. Very slowly. So the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The last 6 trades have been winners. And that's not including any the pit trades or the other trades. All right. We're coming back hot. That's what I want to see. What is this? Earnings next week. Roger, what do you think of FC? The rumors earnings may finally got into weekly cash flow. Goose? I'll take a look at Goose. Thanks, Matt. Let me now share my screen back. I'll take a look at Goose. Your goose is cooked. Your goose is cooked. Let me just get my screen back. Okay, here we go. Goose. Let me look at Goose. A little too small capish and a little too parabolic for me, and I'm not going to chase it. But with that said, let me use something as an example. I have a very good example for you. So this is the 200-day moving average, right? We can actually this is a good example to learn from. Am I not showing my screen?
Nope.
What? What's going on here? Who moved my cheese? Let me share my screen. If I don't share my screen, nothing good's going to happen around here. Oh, I didn't press OK. All right, now I pressed OK. So this is Goose. Your goose is cooked. And yeah, we got a resistance level here. We got a lot of resistance here we need to overcome. I wouldn't go chasing the stock, and I wouldn't even want to buy this stock. But there's a lesson here, and I want to show you something. It's a great company. I'm just talking technically. I'm not evaluating the company's fundamentals. So my wife loves this company. So can somebody explain to Jim what the white candles are while I talk about Goose? So this is the 200-day moving average, right? What's the difference between this price action right here? Right? Forget about this. Forget about the green bar. And you can even forget about this bar. But I want you to look at this right here for a minute, okay? Look at this right here. And look at this. Look at this. What's the difference between this, and this? Now the bar looks exactly the same, actually. Funny enough, look. Look at this bar. Look at it. Just look at this bar. Tell me the difference between this bar right here and this bar right here. This bar. Again, yes. Yes. Yeah. There's two people who said it exactly right, and I know several others meant it that way. So one is accepted price, and the other one has not accepted price. So look, the actual bar, it actually looks more closer than I thought. Look, they look really similar to each other. They really do. Would you agree, Matt? Look at this bar and look at this bar. They look almost identical. They do. I've seen a lot of bars. They're not that different, okay? They're but look where the 200-day moving average is. This bar is completely above the 200-day moving average. This stock, it huffed, it puffed, and what did it do? You've been in a lot of bars, Christopher. I got you. I got you. So did I when I was in my 20s. In my teens and in my 20s, I've been to a lot of bars. A lot of bars. I could tell you some stories in another lifetime. Anyways, uh, uh, Zim and so the only difference is price closed below, where here price closed, above. And I know that for a lot of you, you're like, well, what's the big difference? What were you doing there in your teens? I lived in California, in Los Angeles in the 80s. Ruth, do you think anybody carded you when you were like 19 years old, not 20 years old in Los Angeles in the 80s? No, no. They never carded me. No. Yeah. Yeah, like we used to go to this bar across from Guitar Center. It was El Compadre, is a restaurant, still there. I hope it's still there. And I was about 18 years old. They didn't. Greg says I took your advice and just made $1,500 on the SPY that you said it would go back up. There you go. See? No, no, no. El Compadre. It's on the sun. It's on Sunset and Fuller, or no, it's on Sunset. It's on Sunset. It's right across the street from Guitar Center, guys. Guitar Center's on Sunset. Sunset, Guitar Row, Sunset, Fuller, Vista, Fuller, Guitar. I haven't lived there in 7 years, and I still remember it perfectly. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Nobody cares about this stuff. All right. All right. So, um, two more things I wanted to talk about. Two more things I wanted to talk about. Important, very important. Anybody have big plans for the holiday weekend? Rado. So Rado asked me a question. Did I ever see Guns N' Roses at the Troubadour? So let me answer your question. Let me answer your question with this. The girl that I used to share lockers with in high school, she was a groupie for Guns N' Roses. I used to see almost every one of their shows, and I used to buy magazines at Centerfold Newsstand in Fairfax and Melrose, right across from Fairfax High School, from Slash, who was in Guns N' Roses, who looked exactly the same in 1985 that he looks right now. How about that one for an answer? So to answer your question, yes, yes, yes. Let's see, a couple of festivals. Yes, 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 yes. Rattle's gonna sleep, barbecue, front lawn. Review AZP class. That's a good one, Rick. Cleaning, 20 plus Vietnam helicopter pilots. HA, we never found a bar we didn't. Baseball tournament. Rest. That's a good one. I could use some rest. Coming to Jacksonville. Very nice. Dr. Bon, I think. My wife has a couple of festivals. Very nice. Review your aviation scholarship application. Doing Zoom interviews. Candid. Picking winner for nice, very nice, nice Penny, very nice. Pool time, Mission Impossible, exactly. Oh, you saw Friday of Parasite told me last night. Should be real good. Good. All right, all right. Ooh, my momentum thing is just giving me a signal. All right, so I want to show you guys something important. 58 stocks making 52-week, 20-day highs. There were 63 yesterday, 45. We're not in that level anymore. That rubber band is now come back down. Now. 98 stocks making 20-day highs. The question now is going to be, here, let me go back to today. The question now is going to be, is this going to start gaining momentum to the downside? We're going to start watching this number, okay? It hasn't come yet to the 50-day lows. We still have nothing here. There's absolutely no stocks trending right now at all. Okay? All right? Nothing here at all. Nothing here at all. Zero. Matt, can you do me a favor?
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. So here's the thing. If we didn't have this news today, the market would have, more likely than not. Oh, I'm sorry, Matt. Sorry about that. The market, more likely than not, would have just stayed right here. I think we're going to find support. This is a good time for you guys to take your pens and papers out. I think we're going to find support here because we have a major gap here. Gaps create major support areas. 200 days create major support areas. Well, Roger, what happens if we do accept lower price? If we have negative news over the weekend, we are going to go lower. We're going to break. The news to go lower has to be very fundamental. Why? Because remember what caused this gap. It was the whole we made an agreement with China, but it's not really an agreement. It's an agreement of an agreement that there could potentially be an agreement in the future. Thank you, I appreciate it. So there's no agreement. So basically, the catalyst to come down here would have to be a major catalyst. So I think we're going to bounce here, right at this level. We're going to bounce right here, and we're going to kind of see what happens over the next few days. Remember, we could have a lot of news over the weekend, or we could have very little news over the weekend, but we are completely being driven. Now, unless the news is really bad, like Trump, this is completely hypothetical. I know nothing, okay? But hypothetically speaking, if the news is really bad, we're going to end up right here. We're going to end up right here in this pocket, right here in this pocket. So the next support is going to be the 50-day moving average if we break the 200, and we're literally sitting on it right now. Okay? I'll be updating you throughout the weekend. I'll be fully updating you. Now, can you buy the code for the stock fetcher for the 20? Seth, you can't buy it, but you can get it for free. How about I just give it to you for free? Wouldn't that be nice? Just go to customer service and tell them to give you the stock fetcher code for the 20-day high, 50-day high, 200.
There's a Google Doc. Actually, I'll just post it.
There's a Google Doc for it, okay? Matt will post it for you. See, you can't buy it, but you can get it for free. Does that work for you, Seth? Does free work, or do you want to pay for it? All right, guys. So, with that said, a lot of folks have been sending me really nice emails, and they've been telling me a little secret. They've been telling me that they've been using AlphaZone Pro to clean up. Yes, to actually clean up. Now, let me ask you guys a question. Have any of you guys been cleaning up with AlphaZone Pro? Who's been using AlphaZone Pro? He just posted it. He just posted it. Karen's been using it. Jason's been using it. HG's definitely been using it. Nicholas has been using it. Glenn's been using it. Dave's been using it. It's on my to-do list. All right, all right. CTY's been using it. Sean's been using it. Uh, W. Moore's been using it. Vernon's been using it. 917's been using it. What's your name, 917? Jill's like, oh, yeah. So, folks, this is your last chance. I'm going to give you a class in it. I hope this is not a recording. It's 101 Friday afternoon. The price is going to go up, and Uncle Roger is not going to have the goodies for you after this. So my suggestion is to listen and listen good while I give you this class, and please pay attention. He already posted it, Zoom user, okay? All right. So, folks, pay attention. Now, what you're about to see is relatively brand new. This is going to show you some great examples. We've been running this in the Telegram channel before, and now we've broadcasted it live. We're not going to make any future claims. We're going to show you some examples. We're going to show you some winners and losers. It's a tool. You have to use it yourself, but the results have been fantastic. People are loving it. They are just in love with it. Like right here, let me show you something. Down arrow right there. Down arrow right there. Down arrow right there. Oh yeah, it's like that. All right. So I'm going to show you a class on it, and I hope you guys pay close attention, and I hope you listen to everything, okay? Now, folks, there will be losers. The best thing you guys could do is learn how to accept the losers. If you can't accept losers, you can you also Matt already posted it on YouTube too. If you can't handle losers, you're not going to be able to get much with your winners. You're not going to be able to concentrate enough to make money on your winners. Okay? Vladimir, in trade, sold EMS. That's very good. Let's watch this class. Now, please pay attention to this class, and please share with everybody. Share with everybody, okay? Matt, can you do me a big favor? If people share something here privately, can you make sure, like testimonials, can you post them publicly? All right. Thank you. Now, folks, my name is Roger Scott. You might know me as the founder of the Pro Trader Dashboard. It's a powerful tool used to track stocks institutions are buying and selling in real time. If you've been following me, you know that Pro Trader Dashboard. Sarah's here. Actually, Sarah, don't worry about it, Matt. Sarah's here. I didn't know she was here. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate you doing that. If you've been following me, you know that Pro Trader has been my recipe for success for the last couple of years. I've used it to deliver hand-picked trade opportunities to a group of over 1,400 people. And you don't have to use it. You could use AZP with and you could use it with anything that has option implied volatility. You could use it with. Use it to deliver trades to over 1,400 people. The results so far have been fantastic. Our win rate is 94.3%. On the official trades, we've taken 20 losers out of 353 trades. I think it's safe to say that people are pretty happy with it. Now, don't take my word for it. What do people say? Randy, 90% plus win rate. David, I made 13,000 profit. Kirk sends me love letters all the time. Kirk, if you're here, let people know. I'm sure that Sarah will rebroadcast it. Eagle Beagle, 120 days in, only one loss. That's Richard. He's now making sometimes 100,000 a month, and now he has a little competition for Mr. Sherman here. Shelton, I took my $2,000 account, turned it into $17,000 in just 6 weeks. Roger, I'm up over $6,000. Folks, do you have any idea how many of these testimonials I get? Alan started with 16,000, now have 85,000. I like that. I like that. Joanne sends me her statement. Nothing better than account statements. I'll take the account statements, folks. Roddy, I've had over 100 successful trading experiences with your alerts. We don't even use this anymore. We use a Slack channel for this. I have my own Slack channel, and I just post or mad at it. Folks post nice things there. It's very, very kind. You know, the most gratifying thing for me is that I'm changing people's lives. That's the most That's that's the coolest thing I could tell you. And you could use it on TradingView and you can use it on Think or Swim. Okay? Now, as great as those stories are, it pales in comparison to what you're going to see today. That's right. There's a new invention that came out about a year and a half, 2 years ago. It's a new way to trade daily options, basically zero DTE options. And because they're so sensitive to price moves, we've been able to turn tiny little baby moves into whoppers. Whoppers, not within weeks, not overnight, 60 minutes or less, opening the door for many, many opportunities. That's right. Think or Swim and TradingView. A lot of opportunities that you couldn't do before. Now you can. 51% in 37 minutes, 66% in 29 minutes, 77% in 33 minutes from little baby tiny moves. We took a nice winner today, a full point on the S&P. And let me know if you guys made money, what percentage you made return. I'm curious. Let me know what percentage you returned. Today was a very today's was not a crazy trade. And we're not done yet. We just took one trade, all from tiny 0.5% move. Now, as crazy as that sounds, you have to use indexes. You have to use indexes. All right. Yes, to get the live trades, we'll talk about that, Jim. That's trading zone. This is AlphaZone. Two different things. So this is for daily option moves on the Russell, NASDAQ 100, S&P 500. Okay. They don't exist on stocks unless you trade on Fridays because you have expiration days on Friday. All right. So it's really, really a great deal. Okay. Real great deal. You could use this on indexes every day. So Matt used a little move. He made 35% on this move. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate that. 35%. Thank you, Matt. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, let us know if you're in here right now. If you took the trade from this morning, let us know. Christopher says I made 21 points this morning. Thank you. And as you might know, the Pro Trader dashboard is made for regular stocks, but I had a big idea. I wanted to apply my trading skills and what I've taught Matt to indexes because you have those daily options. The leverage there is amazing. And by the way, if you have a very small account, I'll show you you can trade this all day long with a small account. You don't need to have $25,000. I'll talk about that too. All right. We'll get into all of these juicy details. And that way we could increase our leverage, get a big moves. These are day trades. So I knew if it was possible, it would be very accurate, punchy, explosive, and people would love it. And when I say people would love it, let's just say it's been our bestseller this year at the pub. So I had Matt start trading these daily options in the S&P 500, and we started putting trades out in the pit. As we had 1,400 people back then. Now we have close to 1,500. We wanted to make sure they could do it, that it was reproducible, that everything was good, and they did. They did. All right. The SPY, nice SPY, the most liquid asset in the world that has options that are highly, highly liquid that you can just get executed on like this without getting ripped off. Now, after 6 months of beta testing and thousands of lines of code, thank you, Brian, and thank you, Matt, we created what might be the most innovative day trading system for the SPY out there. Would you agree with that, Matt? He says yes. AlphaZone Pro. It's a multi-dimensional trading platform that tells you when the SPY will likely break out or break down. All right? You got to call customer service for that, Jyoti. They'll help you out before it happens without using any sort of technical analysis tools. This doesn't use the RSI, Bollinger Bands, moving averages, trend line, MACD, Fibonacci's, Elliott waves. None of that stuff. Christopher says, best diamond I've bought since the one for my wife 50 years ago. Yeah, I would get the diamond membership. Definitely get the diamond membership. That's the best way to go. That way you get everything. These indicators, throw them all out in the garbage can. And since the official launch just over 2 months ago, folks have been making money. Harold sent me the spreadsheet. Kurt is making, he's doing really well. Stuart is making money. I got to reach out to him. I haven't heard from him in a while. AlphaZone Pro, Philip, 5 for 5. I've made over $1,500. Very, very nice. Thank you, Richard. Richard's making a hell of a lot more than that. Really good day on the SPY trades. I made 5,000. Larry, thank you, Larry. On Monday, Sherman sent me a note saying I made $52,000. That was Monday. That was Monday. But this morning, I got another note from Sherman. I'm up $121,000. Now, let me ask you guys a question. Do you guys do a lot of webinars when you get testimonials from guys making $100,000 using your tools? Because I'm going to tell you something. I do. Awesome job, Sherman. Awesome job, Sherman. It's all thanks to the AlphaZone Pro. AlphaZone Pro might look complex. See, it's not me telling you. It's them telling you. I've made it so simple that anybody can use it. Literally, anybody can use it. I don't know how many contracts. iPhone, I don't know. We'll get Sherman and we'll ask him. Sherman, if you're here, tell us how many contracts are you using per clip? Right, Ken? Like, how many webinars have you guys been on? Do you see guys sending you letters like, Richard, I made 80,000 in February. Sherman, I made over 120. That's what I'm talking about. Here's how it works. Before you ever start using it, it gives you levels. Levels give you structure. You got to have structure, okay? The probable move, and we labeled them here so you could really see it. Probable move, likely move, very easy. Max move, and price is around here. And price acts like a magnet. You understand? Like a magnet. It means that price will stay in this area for the majority of the day. 95 days out of 100, SPY will not close outside of the max move. Who is behind market makers' move calculations? The market makers, John. It's the implied volatility from their expected move. It's there behind the calculation. The market's calculating it for us. I'm just recording it. I just know what to look at, you see. These zones are based on the implied volatility that the market makers are pricing in on the day. All right. Jason said 2 for 2 with AlphaZone Pro today, $450. It's worth tenfold. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that. That's the reason why it's the best seller in the pub this year, which means we're using the odds already calculated by Wall Street trillion-dollar investment firms. We're not calculating anything. We're using what they're calculating and applying it on top of our charts. And that's because the market makers will try everything possible. You know, those market makers tried so hard to get us to go long all week on stocks. They tried everything in their book to try to get us to go long. Did we bite, Matt? We didn't bite. Not for a minute there. So we want to look for breakouts when price approaches the max move to the downside. We want to look for breakdowns when they approach the move to the back down. And like February 10th, the SPY approached the max move to the upside. And then it immediately reversed and went back down. 67% in 45 minutes. Later that day, SPY came down near the max move to the downside. And a few minutes of sideways price action, it shot back up into the zone as expected. 52% gain in 52 minutes. Darren, David, Adam, and probably Jason, and God knows how many others made out like bandits. Watch it happen a few days later. Most traders would have seen a chart like this and probably expected more downside action. Not so fast, AlphaZone Pro said, meaning it was extremely likely to reverse and to go back into the zone. Knowing that, anyone could have placed a trade. One basic trade right there. And sure enough, the SPY immediately reversed back into the zone. And then after reaching the upside target, SPY sold off and broke down as expected. That would have been 2 double-digit wins in over an hour. Julio did 430 on the AlphaZone puts. I'm going to repost this. Thank you, Julio. Very nice of you. I like it. I like when a plan comes together. I really do. 47% gain in 31 minutes. 68% in 43 minutes. Folks, there's nothing like doing a webinar and having the people listening to the webinar telling you how much money they're making. That's what I'm talking about. This is a platform. This is what I'm talking about right here, Whitman, right here. And I'll get more into detail. This is what they're all talking about right here. Right here. Yes, the AlphaZone Pro. That's right, Sarah. That's right. Now, as great as those stories are, as great as all that is, that's just the tip of the iceberg of what this baby's capable of. In addition to the max move AlphaZone has proprietary momentum indicator that Uncle Roger came up with that doesn't have any lag. There's no lag. It's the most responsive momentum indicator in existence, and it's engineered to give momentum readings with no lag. The way it works couldn't be any more straightforward. When momentum indicator turns from red to yellow, it looks like you see it right there. And by the way, if you're colorblind, that's okay. I got you covered. I got an oscillator right here. Tom, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about it. And my getting started video, which is 6 hours long, talks about it in great detail too. It means the SPY has bottomed out and it's beginning to break out to the upside. I'm in a good mood today, so I'm being extra funny. Trying to, at least. Red to yellow equals breakout. Red to yellow equals breakout. Okay? Now, you can use it to help you front-run breakdowns too. When the proprietary momentum indicator is blue and turns yellow, like you see right there, it means SPY is about to break down. Blue to yellow equals breakdown. Blue to yellow equals breakdown. And most people think you need price to move up or down to measure momentum. It's a big problem with most momentum indicators. They wait for price to move before signaling a breakout or a breakdown. That means by the time you get into the trade, you're way too late to the party, okay? You need to know when the decision, does the AlphaZone, the signals are not included. That's trading zone. Folks, I'm going to talk about all of this. I'm going to include that in this webinar. I'm going to talk about all of that. The decision to decide doesn't happen when it's breaking out. It happens right there. Most folks don't know that. That breakout is the result of the accumulation, you see? It's the result of the accumulation. That's why you need momentum. No spreads here at all. Momentum with zero lag, so you're not behind. One that tells you when the price will break out or break down before the price makes its move. And AlphaZone Pro does just that. How does it work? Take a look at these hypothetical candlesticks. 10, 9, 10. Pretend in a perfect world, in Twilight Zone, pretend the high is 10 and the low is 9 every day. Okay? Every day. In this case, most traders would agree that momentum has completely been flat, right? Price isn't going anywhere. Not true. Dead wrong. Look at closer. The closing price is getting higher. You see? The closing price is getting higher. All right. Look for the closing going higher and higher and higher and higher. Okay? When the candlestick closed higher and higher, it means momentum is getting higher and higher. It's very, very important. Okay? In other words, the market makers were accumulating shares before the market marking up the price. Folks, I'll talk about all of this, Jyoti, about contracts, about CFD. I'll talk about all that. It's part of it, please. In other words, the market makers were accumulating shares before the market marking up the price. And that's what makes AlphaZone Pro custom momentum indicator so useful. It's measuring internal momentum of sideways trading action, okay? Giving you a chance to get in front of what could be the next breakout, right? Or the next breakdown before it happens. And based on the testing we've seen in our research, the accuracy of this indicator, folks, it's on a whole new level. Let's say you had $1,000 to invest on Wednesday, February 26th, shortly after the market opened, before you had a time to finish your coffee. $490 profit in 17 minutes, 430 in 23, 510 in 36, 1,277, 790, 480, 570. It didn't miss. Altogether, you would have made 4,500 plus from one day. Spend some time with your family, go see Mission Impossible, wake up the next morning, do it all over again. 490, 970, 1,400, 420, take a little lunch break, 390, 440. When you add it all up, that could have been another $4,120 back to back. More than enough to make you happy. Now, don't get carried away. Losers are part of the game, and that's why you should never risk more than you can afford to lose. But so far, they usually work on 5-minute, but you could use them on any time frame. Not daily, but intraday. So far, the newest group of traders have been killing it. What did they say? Debbie says 68% on the last one. $500, George. Sean, 5,000 on the last one. Thomas, 79%. I like this. 131% gain. Keep the SPY trades coming, 8 for 8. Now I could stop there and I could let you run loose and wild with it, right? And you could be up and running literally today. All you got to do is copy and paste the code, and it works on Thinkorswim and TradingView. All right, real simple, just like that. See, there you go. 10-second install. But we all know no strategy wins all the time, right? So in order to keep the highest win rate, Matt and I went above and beyond, created specialized buy and sell arrows to keep you the best, give you the best entries. Actually, Brian did, not Matt and I. I had nothing to do with it. Matt and Brian did. And clouds to show you where to take profit. It's really, really cool. I mean, I really, really like how it works. Let me just check something here real quick. Got to check on this price here. Sorry about that. All right, let's continue. You don't have to do 0 DTEs. You could do E-mini micro futures. You could do SPY. You could do triple leverage SPY. You could do whichever you want, but it gives you the indexes, the QQQ, SPY, and Russell. Green arrow means buy. And Matt says he's going to put audible alerts in there too, which I'm looking forward to. Red arrow means sell. Very easy. When momentum is red and price is trending down, we want to get the up arrows. And they tip us off when price is likely to bottom and reverse. Very, very important. Very, 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 very important. This example here, 78% in 49 minutes. Notice how the green arrows would have tipped us off before the momentum indicator flipped bullish. Watch it happen once more. Momentum indicator is red, has bottomed out. There's the up arrow. Sure enough, 2 candles would have nailed the exact bottom of the move. 69% in 37 minutes. I like that. I like 1 DTE better too. As you would expect, the down arrow works the same way in the opposite direction. When momentum is blue and price is trending up, we want to look for down arrows. That means it's a good time to sell or go short because momentum is likely reversing soon. Carlos says, just closed long when reaching AZP signal, now waiting for a reentry signal. Nice. As you could see in this example, the upside momentum fizzled out a few minutes after AlphaZone Pro printed a red arrow. 71% in less than an hour. Now, AlphaZone Pro doesn't just randomly print out buy and sell arrows. A very strict set of criteria must be met for an arrow to appear on your chart. Okay? First, we need to see a specific type of candlestick which precedes a trend change. I call them pin bars. You guys may call them bearish hammers or bullish hammers. Carlos says this was $1,000 during this webinar. Yay! I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. Thank you, Carlos, for the feedback. In a downtrend, a bullish hammer candlestick indicates when the final sellers have been flushed out and a trend reversal is likely. In a bearish hammer candlestick into resistance almost always marks the end of an uptrend or the end of an auction. When the AlphaZone Pro spots a hammer reversal that's made a 20-bar high, so you got to have a pin bar, and it has to be a 20-bar high, and it has to be at a line. You see how I add conditions, and there has to be a momentum reading. Got to have a little bit of everything. Or a 20-bar low, it's game on, and AlphaZone Pro will automatically print a green or a red arrow. Can the arrows print larger? Sure, Don, we could do that. Just reach out to Matt, and I'm sure we could do that. Remember, AlphaZone Pro does all of these automatically. So all you really need to do is up arrow, down arrow. If you can handle that, mazel tov, you're golden. The system automatically pairs the ultimate zero lag momentum indicator with the market maker's likely, probable, and max move for the day. It gives us a high probability buy and sell arrow over and over again. All right? It's virtually unstoppable. Let's say you have $2,000 trading account. And if you have a small account, I'll show you how you can use it in just a few minutes. $1,200, $1,400, $1,300, take a little lunch break. Now, why does that salad look better than my loop salad? $1,600. I protest, Matt. 93 minutes, $960 profit in 44 minutes. When everything works out and a plan comes together, we make out like bandits. $6,600 in one day of trading. More than enough to put a smile on anyone's face. All right. Now, here's where AlphaZone Pro takes it up a notch. And if I haven't answered your questions, just give me a few minutes. I'll finish and I'll answer them for you. I don't have a really busy afternoon just watching this price action. All right. If you've been trading for a while, you know that a lot of times options on stocks are expensive. Let's say it's Monday, and let's say you want to buy an option on Tesla. You're going to pay $1,000, right? You know how it works. So when it comes to swing trading, you really have to see the move or you're going to make very little. So $800, $1,000, sometimes even $2,000, kind of expensive. So these micro breakouts on SPY, they're very quick, and we're able to tap into cheap daily options. Average option. Carlos, can you tell us how much is the average option you buy? Probably $200-$300 if I had to guess, right? You get a lot more leverage because you don't need a big move and you're not paying a lot for the option. Because why do you need to pay a lot for an option if you're going to be in a trade for half an hour? See what I mean? So you couldn't have this opportunity wasn't available till a year and a half ago because they didn't have daily options. And since they've approved them in a short year and a half, they've become more popular than anything else. Kane and I did not think it would happen in our lifetimes, but it did. Now, the technical term for this is zero DTE options. I like to use one DTE options. They have one DTE, two DTE, three DTE, four DTE. Then it's weekly options. But you get the point. I'm saying you can use them with your regular brokerage. You don't have to open up another separate broker for them. Why would we do these? Well, they're cheap. They're really liquid. As I said, 60%, 50 to 60% of all volume is on options that are expiring the same day, which is insane. But here we are. Here we are. Small move can pay out 50% or more. Matt's email is matt at rogerscott.com. Matt, M-A-T-T, at rogerscott.com. But listen here. You can take a 0.5% move, right? A 0.5% move, and you can turn that move into a 50% leveraged move on an option. Isn't that fantastic? For example, look what would have happened Friday, March 7th. AlphaZone flashed a buy arrow. Now, if you were trading normal SPY options, it would have costed you an arm and a leg, over $2,000. You would have needed a big move. But with the zero DT options, it would have only costed you $171. You wait for the close of the bar, Hopium Addict. Yes, yes. I love your name, Hopium Addict. $171. That's nothing too bad, right? Right? People can afford that, right? Not too bad. Normal option, 2100, zero DTE, $171. That's how it works. And just look over the difference in the return. This is the key. Same move, baby move, little baby move. 5% versus 57%. That's a big difference. Not even close. Which would you prefer, right? The answer is obvious. The zero DT gives you a lot more leverage. Same thing, March 11th. We had a buy arrow. Normal option, $2,500. This option, $231. The results over the next hour, 81% versus 8%. That's a move. And if you're wrong, okay, you lose $200, right? 10 times better bang for your buck. The biggest advantage is that it doesn't matter when the stock market does tomorrow, next week, next year. We care about the now, okay? All we need is a micro breakout in either direction to target 50% or more in 60 minutes or less. And we can do it multiple times per day, over and over again. Just a few hours later, AlphaZone Pro printed our sell arrow on a massive hammer reversal. What would you rather pay, $2,300 or $200? And I'll show you in a few minutes how you can even do it with less than that, okay? That's a big difference. SPY, QQQ, Chris, or the Dow, QQQ, SPY, or Russell 2000. Indexes, trades indexes, okay? That's 13 times better return. Look, same size move, I tell you. 13 times. Cheaper, explosive, and punchy. It's a new way to do it. At some of the top gains people have been making. Robert, 163%. Renee, 230%. If you've been doing well, you can post it here. I know a lot of you have been posting it. Geez, especially Sherman. My goodness gracious. 266%. Can't trade, made 145. Look at Denise. She has a small account. She made $145 while listening. Mazel tov. Very nice. It's plug and play. It's pretty plug and play. I mean, it gives you arrows. All right. Thanks for looking for us. Evan made 335%, 305%. The potential is on another level. That's why it's becoming very, very popular. Look at this. This is what I was trying to tell you. It's become 56% of all the volume on Wall Street is these zero. And again, I don't know if it's 0DT or 0DT and 1DT and 2DT or 3DT, but I like 1DT the best. Matt likes 0DT before lunch and 1DT after lunch, but I like 1DT. And the best part is 0DT options. We close them out before the end of the day. I don't care what's going to happen over the weekend, which means a zero time spent worrying about open positions where markets are closed. Dave says further for Canadians, you could trade SPY with using AZP at TradingView. That's right. That's why I created it. I got too many Canadians being mad at me, and I like Canadians. I want to be friends with Canadians. I don't want to be blackballed by Canadians. All right. And you can spend more time doing things that you love to do. Like I'm going to be doing this weekend. You know what? I may go swimming this weekend. You know, I haven't gone swimming yet this year. I'm going to tell my wife to start warming up the pool. All right. It's for traders who want a shot to profit every single day, despite the news headlines, despite what the Fed will do, despite all the monkey business. Every single day is a new opportunity. So the way I see it, you got a couple of choices. You can keep going back to, Brett says, 6 AZP trades, 92% win rate this week on those. Yay! Look at that. I'm going to have to repost this, Jeff. This is too good. Yeah, Murray, my daughter really likes, my daughter loves it. Remember, I have a Florida room. My pool doesn't get heated that much because I have a shade. I have a Florida room. So I have to give it an extra couple of degrees. Yeah. Thanks for posting that, Brett. I appreciate it. Very, very nice. You can worry about what will happen next, what Trump will say. It gives plenty of arrows. Look yesterday, look. Here's an arrow. There's an arrow. Yesterday it had 3 arrows. Today we had 1 arrow so far. It looks like we're about to get another one right here to the down. It gets arrows all the time. Just depends on what the market's doing. You can think about. Thank you, Brett. I appreciate it. Look what Brett just wrote. That's nice. See, this is why I enjoy doing this. I get nice people here. Whether stocks are the most expensive in history or not. But there's a better option. I think there's a better option. Leverage the odds that are calculated by Wall Street trillion-dollar investment firms. Use the all-new specialized day trading system that I created just for you and me. Don't think I didn't do it for me either. Did it for me just as much as for you. Target 50, 75 on the most liquid options out there. Michael says AZP finds big, beautiful breakouts. Thank you. That's nice. That's nice testimonials. Now, I've shown you a lot of examples of how to book money. I can't go back. We can't go back. If we could, I'd be a billionaire in 5 minutes, literally in 5 minutes. So how will you do it? Will you take action? Stuart took action. He's going to call me Uncle Roger if I keep this up. And he's older than me. Robert made 24, 62%. Michael is making big, beautiful breakouts. William, $570 profit, 56% win rate. Martin, 9 out of 9. He's an attorney out in New York. Tinia made $940. David, this is just the last 2 months, folks. Richard is making a lot of money. He's making Sherman money. I like that. You like that, Matt? Sherman money. Today, I want you to take action with your very first trade using AlphaZone Pro. I want you to take action. We'll give you a step-by-step video of how to use it. Takes 10 seconds to install. We have a 31-person customer service team. Ken says, I'm also older than you. Call you Uncle Roger. How do you go past PT? I'll tell you all about it in just a few minutes, Chris. Trust me, I'm not going to leave any stones unturned, okay? Want to give them more losing trades just to have something to do in the market? No losing trades, Seth. No losing trades. But and I'll give you the link over there on YouTube too. Don't you worry. You'll get that from me as well. Thank you guys. And that's not all. I'm going to train you how to use it. There's a 5.5 hour video in the master class in the members area of how to use it, and I'm not even done yet. I'm waiting till I launch the trading zone so I can do another 3 hours there too. Okay. The truth is, I've only scratched the surface of what AlphaZone is capable of. This is what I was talking about. See these clouds? Whenever you get an arrow, you get a cloud, and the cloud tells you where your profit target and where your exit is. It's really easy to use. Here, I'll show you an example. Here's a cloud. See right here? The cloud right there. I just wanted to show you how it works. Profit target, stop loss. This is what Brian did for us. This was really nice of him. The guy didn't work. He worked for like 48 hours straight. It was a big job. And he's a volunteer. Very nice. Brian, if you're here, thank you. If you want more relaxed trades, we got you covered. We've added a VWAP system. This is a mechanical system. It works really, really well. And Brian is like a 30, 40-year professional computer programmer. Matt was like, I can't do this. I can't do these clouds. So Brian stepped in, and he did it for us. The white arrows are, and I show you what side to use. I teach you what side to use. It's a 2-for-1 package. That means not only are you getting the access to the most useful tools, but I'm also going to show you how to use it. It shouldn't come as a surprise. And I don't think this is the last day I am doing this, which means the price is going up today. The retail price is $39.95. It will be $10,000 by the end of this year. I am not kidding you. And I think it's fair. Anybody will have a limited amount of trades. Penny, I think we're having some stumbling blocks. I think there's some limitations on TradeStation. That's the problem. Now, here's the deal. But TradingView and Thinkorswim, no problem. I convinced publisher Nate to do something crazy, and this is the last day. Because you're here right now, instead of paying $39.95 per year, I'm going to slash $1,500 off and give it to you for $24.95. That's not all. I'm going to give it to you for lifetime. So instead of $39.95 for a year, I'm going to do it for $24.95 for lifetime. There's even more. In celebrating success we've seen of this launch for 2 months, I'm going to take another $200 off. Your first couple of trades are on me, so $22.95 for lifetime. And if you guys are going to miss this today, then you are absolutely insane. That's all. That's what I'm going to. If you don't take advantage of this, you're really missing the point, Brian says. Yes, I'm going to repost that, Brian. Thank you. I agree. There's a catch. We only opened up 199 spots, and I believe we're coming to a close. And I believe it's coming up to that area. So if you're secured access, do it now. Save $1,700, get lifetime. And Sarah, if you can post the link in the chat, I would be very grateful. Thank you. And I'll go ahead and post it also in YouTube because we have a lot of people here in YouTube. Here. Do that. Oh, this thing won't. All right, there we go. I posted it there too. Thank you. So if you signed up for Diamond, this is included, obviously. And I would do that because then you'll get a lot more. Because we're also going to be launching Trading Zone. So the link she dropped, it's $22.95. This is the last day I'm doing this class, which means the price is going to go up to $39.95 minimum. Thank you, Penny. I appreciate it, guys. Diamond is like when you have all of my stuff. And if you want Diamond, put your phone number here. Actually, make sure it's host to panelists only, so nobody else sees it. Cyrus says, buy AlphaZone Pro before price goes up. You won't regret it. I agree. All the details of new AlphaZone Pro are on the next page. I'm going to show you how you don't have to worry about options, Beatrice. There's a better way to do it, in my opinion, and I'll show you in just a few minutes. If you give me a minute, I'll show you how you could do this without options and without restrictions, day trading restrictions. You just have to give me a minute. Larry, I don't know how much Diamond is. You're going to have to call customer service. If you want to join this one today, you'll automatically get upgraded, okay? David says Diamond included. How much does Diamond? Sarah, will you take care of all these Diamond people who are interested in Diamond, so I don't have to? I can continue. Thank you so much. You'll get $1,700 off, and I'll upgrade it to lifetime. Price is going to go up to $24.97 as early as tonight. And I'm not kidding about that. Carlos seconds what Cyrus just says, not having it's like driving in a speedway with blinders. I agree. Click the link in the chat or give us a call to secure your membership. It's lifetime of Vivice. Lifetime. Lifetime, baby. Lifetime. rogerscott.com/zone. And that's how you do it. Now, I've been using this to dish out trades on a daily basis to a private room called the Trading Zone. Not AlphaZone, but Trading Zone. And they've been getting alerts just like this by SPY, E-mini, and I'll talk about E-minis in just a minute. Nice gains, 42, 45, 50. We took a nice gainer today. Of course, there will be bigger winners, smaller winners, losers too. Overall, folks have been doing really, really great. Murray, I'm already up $2,000. Rochelle, thank you. Renee, up 116%. Thank you, Ken. That's very nice. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Very, very nice. Renee, 116%. Debbie, this is the life. She's her horse. She's in a horse show, and she's making money with these trades. I love that. I love that. That makes me so happy. Roger and Matt, you guys have been killing it. 4 for 4. Oh yeah, it's like that. Tim, 62%, 6.5 minutes. $660 in 20 minutes. Folks, if you want me to spoon feed these to you, here's what you need to do. When you secure access, get Trading Zone Live too. And that way, who is the best to take me through tools and services? Sean, ask for Sean in customer service, Beatrice. Sean, ask for Sean. Or for anyone in customer service can help you. They're really good at what they do. Anyway, Trading Zone Live, that's the alerts. You guys were asking about alerts. That's the alerts. That's going to launch later in the next month. And you can get it now for 70% off. The only way you can get it is if you guys get AlphaZone Pro. You can't get it any other way. So Ken says, thank you very much, Jill. Every single day we'll use AlphaZone Pro to find the best setups to target on SPY together. When I see SPY trade that looks too good to pass up, you'll be the first to know. I'll send you my entry price straight to your cell phone, so you'll no guesswork at all. You can expect anywhere from 1 to 3 high probability trades today. We may have another one today. There's a good chance, actually, we'll have another one today. Thank you, Jill. Thank you, Ken. Jill and Ken have been with me for over 8 years now, I think, something like that. I'll even provide real-time market analysis like I did yesterday and drew a down arrow. I call them my Picasso drawings. And people love my Picasso. See, I never knew I had this amazing drawing ability. But I guess when I draw charts, it works pretty good. And those Picassos can be expensive, especially if you listen to them. After you secure your membership, Sean says, just grab $60. Yippee. I'm going to show you how you could do this on the cheap. I'm going to show you how you could do this if you have a small account. Let's all calm down, mostly me. I'm gonna show you how you could do this with a small account. One second. Definitely show you how you could do this with a small account. I know a lot of people want to know how to do this with a small account. This is live, Dennis. Dennis, would you like it to be recorded? Dennis David? It's 1:43 Eastern time. Why do people ask me if my webinars are live or recorded? I mean, like, I'm live. I've been live for an hour and 45 minutes now, Dennis. In my VIP room, I was live. Greg says the Picasso drawings are like looking at dollar signs. Now we're talking. So after you secure it, get the Trading Zone Live, get Trading Zone Live, and get the signals too. You'll get immediate access, and wait till you see what I'm going to give you with it. You'll get exciting trade alerts that you've come to love. It's a private channel. You get all the AlphaZone members who have the platform are loving it because then they get the platform and they see how we do it as well. We use the VWAP. We use the VOLD. We'll talk about that. Pro Trader, what would it cost to upgrade? Ed, that is a fantastic question for Customer Service Live. I mean, for Customer Service, not Customer Service Live. Give them a call right now, 904-706-3539. They'll put you in touch with Sean. Okay? All right. So if you want in, make sure to sign up for Trading Zone Live too, right? Trading Zone will be the most action-packed exclusive group yet. Oh, Richard was around earlier. Okay. I can't wait to see you there. Don't miss this opportunity. 70% off. $22.95. If you don't get it, you're missing out. It's the only trading platform that I know of that can spot micro baby little moves and help you make money on those moves multiple times per day, despite the headlines, despite what the Fed says, despite the direction of the market, despite every single day is a new day for AlphaZone Pro. All right? Like what would have happened Wednesday, February 26th. Let's say you had $2,000 to invest, okay? 30 minutes after the market opened, 980, 860, 12, 10, 1,000 to $1,020, 2,500, 1,500, 960, 1,100, over $9,000. That doesn't grow on trees. And folks, this is I'm giving you lifetime because we're going to be upgrading at a million times, and I don't want you to have to pay every time. Now, which would have been enough to cover the membership more than 5 times. Price is going to go up to $24.97 real soon. Get yours now. That's right, Dennis. I love to see it too. Bonus round. If you join webinar today, not only am I going to give you $1,700 off, I'm going to do something cool. I'm going to give you my personal dashboard. This is what I use for market internals. I use this to trade. Well, Matt and I use this to trade Trading Zone Live. The Volt is there, the VIX is there, the ADD is there. It's a really good way to trade. Really good way to trade. Get that as a special bonus. Get that as a special bonus. It's worth every penny. You definitely want to get that. You don't want to you don't want to skip that by. It'll give you all the internals you need so you can literally learn to trade. I spent 5.5 hours in the members area teaching you how to do this and how to use this, okay? I'm doing it so that you can learn to be a professional trader and not take 20 years to get there, okay? Volt helps you confirm whether market moves, and I'm going to teach you how to do this on the cheap, on real cheap in just a few minutes. I'm listening to you and playing golf and playing partner were giving me a hard time and showed them my phone and how I'm up $120,000 this last month. They said, screw the golf, let's go to the clubhouse and you trade for us. Now you see Greg is up $120,000, folks. He's up $120,000, okay? This month. Not bad, right? Pretty good, I would say. That's pretty good. Sherman's up 120, over 100. Greg is up over 100. Richard's up God knows how much. Are you guys seeing a pattern here? Sarah, are you seeing a pattern here?
Absolutely. It's the money-making pattern.
Exactly. They're making money and not making $500. They're making hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yeah. And folks, I've never met this man in my life. I've never met him before. And I've never met Sherman. I've met Richard. You guys have a picture of that. It's very easy, Joe. It's not complicated. It really isn't. It really isn't complicated at all. It's really straightforward to use, and I highly recommend it. Ad keeps you from getting blindsided. I use the ADD all the time to measure market breadth. Tick gives you real-time insight if somebody's pressing on the gas pedal or not. Now I could easily sell this, but $9.95. But I'm going to give it to you for free with it. It's very valuable. Highly recommend it. I'm going to include it for free, and I'm going to give you lifetime access. Very easy to install. You could do it in seconds, and the class is 5.5 hours, and there's going to be another 3.5 hours or 4 hours on top of that. Now, my goal is for you to improve your skill. Cash just benefit from it. Yay, Sarah says cash just benefit from it. There you go. Greg says, I did diamonds 2 weeks ago, and it's the best money I've ever spent. I had AlphaZone before. I love that. Very nice. Very nice. Love that. Love that. That makes me very happy. This is making me happy. Next person seminar will be need to have host roundtable. Well, remember, Ken, what I said by the end of the year, I plan to have 10 millionaires. Do you remember, Ken? December, I said that. My goal is to make 10 millionaires. Ken, since you've known me in 8 years, have I ever not done something I promised, or have I always over-delivered times 10? Based on your experience with me. At least 10 times. Thank you, Ken. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to make people into professional traders, regular, everyday people. Thank you, Brett. All right. So many new members are already seeing really great results, like really, really great results. 14-day warranty, Zoom user, 14-day. Actually, wait a minute. No. Excuse me. 7 days on the platform and 14 days on the signals. Diamond is where you get all of my stuff, Beatrice. You got to call customer service for Diamond, and they are and they work on TradingView as well. DVO, yes, of course they do. Of course, you've over delivered in the 3 years I've known you. Thank you, I appreciate that. Ira says, "Can I be on the group?" Sure, you can. If you're, you got to show me you know what you're doing. I've made enough money the first 2 days, just 2,000 stake. Jeremy, very, very nice. Adam, it has been wrong on AlphaZone, gives me chills. I paid it off in 3 days. It has not been wrong on 8 consecutive trades. Very, very nice. CJ, I trusted you once again. $709 in 14 minutes. I just signed up and made $420 in 8 minutes. Folks, I think by now something would have to be definitely wrong for you not to see the benefit of this. Again, have you ever been to a webinar where people are coming out like this and saying, I made 120,000, I made like yesterday, today, and the month is not over yet. The month is not over yet. Liberty's making money. Christopher, addicting. I find it addicting too. I stare at it all day long. Martin's 11 for, that's the lawyer from New York, 11 for 12. Penny says, Diamond is the best investment I've made. And she used to teach trading. She's an MIT grad who used to teach trading. She's the nicest lady, very nice lady. Penny, I can't wait to hang out with you again. I really do. You have great energy. 100% hit rate so far. Vivek. Kevin made 100% profit on SPY 0 DT trades. And look at this, $75 per trade. Not a very expensive trade either. Stan, $7,400 from... I made $3,500 on Tuesday, about $2,000 today, and over $7,400 from Trading Zone Live. Well, there you have it. I tell you. Roddy, D0 DT SPY trades are at the money. Keep them coming. And folks, I'm going to tell you how you could do this with a very small account if you want in a minute. Diamond, I don't know how much it costs, Vivice. I don't know. You're going to have to call customer service. That's beyond my pay grade. They don't tell me because I don't ask. Penny was on the same dorm floor. Amazing you guys didn't know each other. Anyhow, profits $1,300. Oh, not at the same time. I got it. And Adam, 175 in an hour. John, 1,650. Bob was here yesterday. I hope your back is getting better, Bob. It'll pay for the membership in no time. Nathan, it feels effortless. Kathy, I'm a beginner. Trader, 6 months. I find it super easy. Adam says, I'm enjoying AlphaZone Pro. Richard, 68% in 21 minutes. All thanks to AlphaZone Pro. I'm handing over the keys to you. And at $22.95, I think it's an amazing deal. Before I open chat, let me answer those questions you guys are dying to know. Is it only for Thinkorswim? No, it's for TradingView too. I got sick of people in Australia and Canada telling me they can't do it, so now you can, okay? You can do it too, all right? If I'm a beginner, is AlphaZone a good fit for me? My wife and I love Penny calling in to get AZP as we are lifetime members. Yay! Love it, Pauline. Love it. Is it beginner friendly? Very beginner friendly. Like really, really beginner friendly. Like super beginner friendly. Now, can you trade in a regular brokerage account? Yes. If you want to do 0 DT options or 1 DT, you could do them in any stock broker. Are you trading basic calls and puts? Yes, we are. We're not doing anything complicated. We're not straddle, income, none of that stuff. Just if you want the other stuff, I'll do it as bonus in another trade. Not yet, Brian. Not yet. We haven't got it compatible with TradeStation yet. How much is the average option cost? $200-$300. Do you need $25,000? Okay, now I'm going to answer all of your questions that you guys wanted me to answer. So there are multiple ways to do this. You can open up multiple stock accounts with like $2,000 and you can just rotate them. Like do a trade on one account on Monday, do another one on Tuesday. You can rotate 3 accounts. Do I recommend doing that? Not really. I don't really see the need to do that. You could do that though. You can open up several, well, that's what I'm saying, several cash accounts. But I like what John just said. Just trade futures, baby. Listen to me. You could trade futures in most stock everyone except Fidelity, every stockbroker I know of except Fidelity trades futures. Now your margin will be a little higher and your commission will be a little higher if you instead of going to a futures broker. If you go to a futures broker, your margin will be very low, $40, and your commission will be very low. But you could start dip your toe in the water with Thinkorswim or TradeStation or any of those, TradingView, and you could trade micro E-minis. They're $5 a point, and the margin, day trading margin, is $40. Now get this: you don't have to worry about options. You're just trading the futures, and you don't have to worry about time decay. So if I buy an option that expires tonight and I hold it for 3 hours, it's going to be decaying, right? But a futures doesn't. And most folks are now trading futures. I've got people into futures. Who here's using E-minis with AlphaZone and Trading Zone? Christopher, John, there we go. Denise, don't be shy. There you go. There you go. See, HG, Brett, Don. Now, isn't it exactly as I'm describing? Now, if you go to a stockbroker, they're going to ask you more money, more commission, and they're going to have higher margin. E-mini is 24/7, except they take 1 hour break, Eastern time, 5 to 6, and Sunday all day. They close Friday at 5, and they open back Sunday at 6. But pretty much every day except for 5 to 6 Eastern. Ninja Trader, AMP Futures, I talk a lot about this in the members area. And I teach you all this stuff. And I'll do it again. Micro E-minis is where the money is, folks. Now, again, you could trade options. You could trade SPY. You could trade triple leverage SPY if you want. You could trade it any way you want. But my suggestion, what I would do, E-minis. What if you have questions on how to set it up? We will help you do it. John, you're in the wrong. You got to go to AMP Futures, Ninja Trader, futures brokers. If you go to futures brokers, your commission for micros is $40 intraday margin. $40. Look, I'll prove it to you. Let me show you. I'll prove it to you. Look. Look at here. Here, I'm going to ampfutures.com. $40 micro E-mini S&P 500 margins, and the regular S&P, the E-mini, $400. Alpha Pro works perfectly with futures, beautifully with futures. All right, beautifully with futures. So there's no, and this is just an example. I'm not trying to tell you to go to AMP Futures. They're just one of the biggest ones. Ninja Trader, there's dozens of them, okay? Would love for you to give trades based on AlphaZone Pro so I can learn better how to use it. I am using E and starting to get hang of it. Yes, that it's exactly right, Carla. See, Thinkorswim charges you a lot more money. If you go to a futures brokers, they won't charge you all that much money. So I'm just letting you know. So what I say is dip your toe in the water, right? Dip your toe in the water. Make sure you like it, and then go and open up a $5,000 account and trade futures at a futures broker. If you're looking for specific recommendations on a future broker, I've given them in the members area. The easiest platform is, well, let me explain. Let me talk about the platform. So one of the reasons why I've made TradingView one of the platforms is because most of the brokers, listen carefully, most of the futures brokers, you can integrate with TradingView. So you could literally trade off of your platform. You understand? 90% was designed with futures in mind. Exactly, Ken. Yes, I did it with futures in mind. Yes. And listen to me. You could take 95% of futures platforms. You can integrate them with like, you don't have to be a programmer. It's like simple. It's designed that way. And that way you can literally use your platform to trade through your futures broker, regardless of what platform he uses. I think that's pretty cool. So yes, and I talk about it, and I will talk about it. The reason I can't like wave it like a flag is because there's a lot of restrictions against futures, publisher restrictions. So I have to like tread carefully, but it's an option that's available to you. And in trading, and by the way, in Trading Zone, when Matt and I give you fills, look, filled at 578.38 on the SPY, 58.09 on the E-mini. See, giving you the fills. Okay, really, really, really easy. Low margin, no day trading requirements, no monkey business. Greg says, I've never met or spoken Roger on the phone. I've emailed. Yeah, I answer your questions, but I've never met Sherman. I've never met Greg. Never met Greg. Like there's no BS here, folks. If for some reason you can't get it to work, 7 days to get your money back, and the trading zone is 14 days. So this is a platform, 7 days, trading service 14 days. That's how we are. 7 days on platform, on software, 7 days. 14 days on 14 days. That's more than enough time to see if you like it, if it's for you. Steven says, I trust Roger completely. How many trades can you expect from Trading Zone? That's the alert service, 1 to 3 a day, just depending on what's happening. And I think we've been doing that, right? I think most of you will say that we've been doing that pretty, about 1 to 3 per day. How will you receive everything? Telegram. Fast, easy, and punchy. Do you need to own AlphaZone to get Trading Zone? Yes. Right now you do. We're not selling it separately. We will be selling it separately next month when we launch it. Right now, it's not even launched. It's a pre-launch. We already have 550 people. How many people we have in there? 525, excuse me. 525. Sorry, 525. And we haven't even launched it yet. Think about how popular it is, right? 525 people and we haven't launched this thing yet. How is AlphaZone different from Pro Trader Dashboard? Pro Trader Dashboard is for comparing relative strength of stocks versus the SPY. I'm going to repeat that. Pro Trader Dashboard is for comparing relative strength of SPY versus stocks. This doesn't compare anything. AlphaZone Pro is just looks at trading the SPY. So there's no comparison. How many trades Matt made since Trading Zone pre-launch? How many pre-launch? I don't know. Sean. Why don't you email him? He'll tell you. He keeps a record of all of them. But there's usually 1 to 3 a day. Just like we say, 1 to 3 a day. How can you recap? Can you recap? Yes, you'll get the AlphaZone Pro, right? You definitely want to get the AlphaZone Pro. You're going to get the my internal dashboard, which is right. I mean, I use one of my 9 monitors to look at this, right? And yeah, it's not the number of trades; it's the quality of trades. I usually give 6 trades a week in the pit. I gave 1 trade this week and 1 bonus trade. Why? Because look at this market. We would have lost our ass if I didn't. Getting Trading Zone now gives you all kind of time to make money before the launch. Yes, I trust Roger so much that I can, on making. Planning an executor of your estate. You know what? I'm going to tell you a funny story about that, guys. I'm going to tell you a funny story about that. Not right now, but I'm going to tell you a funny story about executioners and estate. About a friend of mine, a childhood friend of mine. It's a crazy story. I'm not going to do it now, but I'll tell you the story. It's a very, very funny story. True story too. Live masterclass, 5.5 hours, and I'm going to do another 3 to 4 when I launch Trading Zone Live, okay? Just so you know. Customer support and Trading Zone Live doesn't take AlphaZone trades. It's us trading, okay? Some are AlphaZone, some are not. We use our brain in there too. It's not just AlphaZone. We use the VWAP, we use the VOLD, we use the tick, we use the trend, we use levels, everything. When during days are alerts most likely? Anywhere from 30 minutes after the open till 3 o'clock usually. Yeah, usually. So not the last hour usually, unless we're already in a trade, and not the first half hour. Customer support, you get $1,700 off today. It's a great, great deal. Customer support live from 10 to 1, available every day. They'll help you set it up. I don't think anybody ever sent me an email saying they couldn't set it up, but you know, maybe you hit an accident button or something. I don't know. I'm not the guy to talk to. I can't set up anything. I can barely turn a light bulb on or put one in. Let's take some live questions. Is there any live questions that I have not answered? I've been answering questions this entire time. And by the way, right now, NASDAQ is really weakening compared to the S&P. And that's going to cut our wings off of a major move in the SPY to the upside, I believe. Just my 5 cents. All right, let's take some questions. Any questions? I think I've answered like every question possible, but can I see how it works? Missed the demo? Yeah, here. It's right here. So price moves, it opens. These levels are adjustable. And here, like here's one signal. We had an arrow. There you go. Here's another one. This was a loser right here. Actually, it wasn't a loser. This would have actually broke even or made a little money. Here's another winner right here. Here's another winner right here. Here's one that signaled today. So the levels work with the bars, and these levels and the arrows, they all work together. And then you have momentum. And this is just for people who are colorblind or don't like histograms. But that's the difference between, they're the same, they're reading the same thing. And this, so you got levels, reversal bars, and arrows. I don't know what the profit factor is. I have no idea what it is. I'm not the bean counter. Matt has to. We have to ask Matt. It's pretty good. All right. What about false arrows that disappear? You wait for them to be confirmed. You don't want false arrows that disappear. That means you're not waiting for the next arrow to start. The only way it'll disappear if that bar gets erased. All right, let's see. Let's see if we have other questions. I love answering questions. You know, Matt, I've been live now for 2 hours straight. I started at noon. If you show QQQ, you may show some more. I don't want to show any more. I'm just looking at it, so I see it's breaking down. I would just be careful. I'm just always cautious when the market's going, when the S&P is going up, and when the Nasdaq has really weak relative strength. It's just something. It causes me to be very cautious about the market. That's all. No biggie there. Let me see something. Sorry about that. Don't jump into trade as soon as the arrow appears. Wait until the bar closes. Exactly. If you can choose one subscription, wait to see what the new service is all about. It depends, Don. It depends if you're looking to trade indexes, if you're looking to trade stocks, if you're looking to swing trades. How much time do you have? Do you have time to sit around and look at the computer all day, or are you going to be running around like a chicken without a head? All of this is you got to take all of these things into account. Yeah, it depends on your goal. See what Sarah just says. Depends on your goal. I would call customer service and talk to them. What is my opinion about prop firms? Amari? Well, okay. Top Step is good. I mean, Top Step is good. I don't think there's anything wrong with them, but the question is always, do you need them more than do you need them or do they need you? Why do you need them if futures give you so much leverage? You see what I mean? It's a good, why don't we curb this discussion for when we have the call for TradingView, Trading Zone Live, and I will talk about it in great detail because I wanted to talk about it, but I just never have, and it's a good topic. So you're asking a really good question. Okay, it's a good question. It's just I have a lot to say about it. You got to ask yourself: do they need you or you need them, and how do they make most of their money? That's what you got to ask yourself. Ask yourself those questions. Matt and I've talked about it several times. Top Step is good. Yeah, Top Step is good. They pay out. Matt, didn't you make like how much did you make? You trading with? How'd you do on those? Yeah, trading through one of those companies. I would really love if you guys who are making money during webinar would state what your trade was. Oh, the guys who are making money during webinars. Well, Doug, you're going to have to ask them that. All right. Unless there's other questions, I'm going to retire. Is it safe to assume you would only recommend taking trades in AlphaZone Pro when red and green arrows appear? The trading zone is more involved. Yes. The trading zone is me and Mad years of experience. Okay. Because we're selling Trading Zone with AlphaZone, people think we're just giving the AlphaZone signals. First of all, I don't see the point of charging you thousands of dollars just to give you signals from a program you're already paying to give you signals for. That makes no sense to me, okay? I would assume you're paying that kind of money for Trading Zone to get it, for me to give you my mind. Now, I can't, AlphaZone is amazing, but I can't put 31 years of experience into it. You understand? So how do I direct a message to individuals? You put their name, you scroll down and you put their name, Doug. Or you send me an email and I can ask them for you. Like Richard usually does about $2,000 a trade. Jason just says, I usually trade between 1,000 and 1,500 a position. Just ask them. Ask them. I don't have a problem you asking questions at all. This is, I have full transparency here. All right. Sarah, this has been a great session. Thank you for having me on. And I'm going to tell you something else, folks. I think this membership ends tonight. I don't think you have a lot of time left. Take advantage of it. Otherwise, no soup for you. Hope all of you have a great holiday. And ciao. I'll see you later. Any questions? rogerscott.com. Penny says, ooh, nice barbecue. Yeah, there you go. 40 degrees. There you go, Penny. Bye, guys. Take care. Have a great day. And if you want, here's what I suggest. I suggest you get Diamond before we launch Trading Zone Live, because I'm going to it's going to be expensive. You're going to be spending as much on Trading Zone Live in this program as you'd be spending on Diamond. Get Diamond and be well. Bye, guys. Take care. Have a great weekend. I'll be around all weekend if you have questions. I'm not going to be that busy. Bye. I don't know how much Diamond is, and it depends on what you've previously purchased as well. Okay? All right, Sarah. Thank you for being here on a Friday. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I hope you go see the new Tom Cruise movie. Bye, guys.
Oh, bye. Thank you so much.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining in today. Of course, if you missed anything or came in late, just go ahead and put your name and email in the chat for me. We'll make sure that you get a replay. I will fade into the background here to collect those, as well as answer any last-minute questions that I can. But other than that, have a great weekend, everyone. And thank you again for joining.
Salisbury Hill. I could see the city light. Wind was blowing, time stood still. Eagle flew out of the night. He was something to observe. Came in close, I heard a voice, standing, stretching every nerve. I had to listen, had no choice. I did not believe the information. Just had to trust imagination. My heart going boom, boom, boom. Son, he said, grab your things, I'm gonna take you home. To keep in silence, I resigned. My friends would think I was a nut. every day.